Hello garden lovers, I hope you're well. Well, I'm taking some footage for another video because I wanted to combine it. I want to show you the effects of the heat wave that we're going to have. Today is the second day. Well, yesterday was rather hot in its late 20s, but today is going to be in the early 30s, and we are expecting temperatures of mid 30s for the next few days. So I wanted to show you, or rather capture some footage, and then maybe do a before and after. So this is a rose called Pashmina. First year in my garden, really healthy rose. Beautiful, very unique variety, lots of ruffled, tightly packed petals, and it turns green over time. So it kind of has this blush pink in the center with the green on the outer bit. And it's very long-lasting flower, really long-lasting. Well, when it doesn't rain. So this is Pashmina. I'm just going to show you another one over here. Oh, actually, before I do that, this is a new bloom of Emma Bridgewater. You can see that really vibrant reddish pink color there and the prominent yellow eye. But the color would fade in a couple of days to like a very lilac-y mauve color. So we are on the second flush. But this one here is absolutely amazing. You can probably tell the variety already. This is the famous Olivia Rose Austin. Very healthy rose, prolific bloomer. And so this is what it looks like before several days of heat. We did have a thunderstorm yesterday, so we had really warm weather, and we did have a thunderstorm last night, and a house a few miles away, I saw on the news, got hit by lightning, and the whole roof, the house was on fire. It's just really unlucky. So over here is a rose called Mum in a Million, also on a second flush. They did kind of bloom roughly the same time, and Mum in a Million is also known as Gita Renaissance. Really very fragrant rose. So here are the roses, and we shall be back in a few days time to see how you guys are doing. Okay, we're going to have a look at some in pots over here. I had deadheaded a lot because the rain did damage the blooms, and yeah, we did have an hour of torrential rain. There was some flooding around in certain low areas. Yeah, today is going to be in the mid 30s, as I said before, and let's see how these are doing right now. So this is Royal Perfumer Dark Desire, one of the Perfumer roses. You can see we have a blind stem there. A blind stem is where there are no buds on top of a cane. So what I would do with the blind stem is it would sit like that for a while. If I would prune a bit lower down to a node, it might encourage flowering. You have nothing to lose, so that's what I would do with a blind stem. And over here is a beautiful, look at that. That is Red Intuition. And this bloom here has been blooming for several days now. That is a good bloomer. Well, it's not very healthy, but it is, this flower has been like this for about a week. So it's very long lasting. The contrasting darker red on the lighter red base. Let me just see if it smells. Not much smell. I wouldn't call it fragrant. And over here we have, oh, my clothes got caught in the thorns. Over here we have the Nadia Renaissance. It's this one here. I did trim away a couple of really healthy canes. This one is blooming very well, and that's the Nadia Renaissance. And over here we have one of the famous Perfumer roses, not very rain resistant. You see, after yesterday's rain and a little bit of morning sun, it's already beginning to look like that. These are the freshly developed buds. If it was clever, it would hold on, not opening during the heat wave. that would be a clever girl. There's another bloom there. This one wasn't touched by the rain so much because it's right underneath. That's a really lovely rose. Let me just smell that. Lovely fragrance, really fruity fragrance. And that is Fruity Parfumer. Yeah, also known as, I don't know, I can't remember. Too many names. And we have here is, yeah, actually this is Lady Emma Hamilton, one of the new ones. But let me just swing you round and we can look at the other Lady Hamilton over here. So this is the large bush, the mature one. I've had for about 6-7 years. So that's Lady Emma Hamilton. Yeah, I think these will be all right. They like the sun, these ones, these daylilies. And some more daylilies here. That is a Crown Princess Margarita, but it's not much to look at right now. It's drooping a little bit. Oh, we have a little snail. Yeah, that is Crown Princess Margarita. I do like this. This is not too, the blooms are not too big, unlike the Golden Celebration. And we have a lovely bloom here of the Boscabelle, one of the most fragrant roses in the David Austin range. Really lovely, and lots of buds. Yeah, I did say I was going to do a feeding video. Maybe I should add this feeding onto my heatwave video. So this is just the first part of the footage, which I would add to after heatwave surpasses. So that's this area here. So we can see it's still looking quite lush. Let me show you another part of the garden. Over here is my middle section, and it's a bit of a jungle now, and I have tidied it up. Yeah, trust me, I did say I have tidied it up. It doesn't look like it now, but yeah, let me show you this lovely bloom here. It's just one single bloom. Yeah, not very prolific, but I bought this because my brother recommended me. He said it was very fragrant. And this one is called Yves Piaget, named after, I think, a Swiss watchmaker, Yves Piaget. And I'm actually going to go in for a sniff. At the moment it's about 9:30 a.m. and the sun's just come out. Not very good fragrance at the moment. I think it was better fragrance when it was actually in bud, which is a couple of days ago. This only opened yesterday, and yeah, the fragrance is gone. So not a very healthy rose. It might be on the short list to be leaving the garden. We'll see how that goes, because I've got so many roses. I just need more room. This one is a rather new one in the garden. This is called Ice for You. Is it Ice for You? Let me just have, oh, See You in Rose. This is a new one called See You in Rose. So first year in my garden, there's some buds over here. So this is this area. We've got a lot of phlox coming up, and oh, I don't want to get my shadow. We don't want to see my shadow. We only want to see roses. And this one is Elizabeth, blooming almost continuously for the last month. It just keeps pumping up these flowers. It's looking really good, really good. A lovely rose, very vigorous and healthy. It does grow 4 feet wide as well as 4 feet tall. And I have another rose here. These are cuttings. Oh, that's not a very good example. This is Olivia Rose Austin cutting. Yeah, growing so well, even for, I think it's probably a 3-year-old cutting, this one. Growing really well. And we do have a bunch of this. This is Chandos Beauty, one of the most classic roses. Good fragrance, really easy on the eye. It's one of those what I call easy roses. Easy on the eye, easy to grow. And what else easy was it? Yeah, easy to grow, easy on the eye. Yeah, that is Chandos Beauty. And over here we have This is Carmen Worth, Adorable Perfumer. And Adorable Perfumer gave me so many blooms. Unfortunately, it does not like the rain. Because its shape, it really contains a lot of water when it rains. It really is like a sponge for water, making the blooms quite heavy, and yeah, it does not like the rain. When the blooms open, this one got missed by the rain. You see this? When that bloom is like that, it's because it hasn't been damaged by the rain. But these slightly older blooms here, yeah, they just don't like the rain. Okay, here, I just want to show you this rose here. And I have tidied up this border because I did have a lot of catmint that was overflowing the path. And I had moved some of the perennial companion planting. So this was grown in the red border over there, which I replaced with a penstemon. We'll go over there in a minute. But I thought this here goes really well with this Andre Lenotre. So I've had this this is the second summer, and it's a very, very fragrant rose. Not too vigorous, but this bud, when it opens, is very fragrant. Actually, it is quite fragrant even in bud. I could actually smell the fragrance even in its bud form. So fingers crossed that it would survive the heat wave, and I can smell the rose. So that is this section here. A lot of roses are on their second flush. So this is Marie Curie, and then we have actually this, I transplanted this one. This is the Annick rose, so we should get back to that. So we'll see how these roses cope with the heat wave. And we have lots of new growth from Emily Bronte. Just a few buds. Not much to look at, but let me show you. I did feature a rosette video a few days ago, and unfortunately this one could have made it to the video because it is a rosette bloom and very flat, and I was talking about this button eye shape, and this would have been fantastic to be included, but it wasn't in bloom at the time. So that is Emily Bronte, definitely one of the rosette shapes, and quite fragrant as well. Very, very tall and very upright and vigorous. That's a very vigorous rose. Well, I'm just going to swing you around and look at this red border here. So we are going to just have a quick look to see how they look now. And if things go well, in a few days' time after the heat wave passes, we will come back to these roses and you'll be able to see the effects of the heat wave, which we are having more frequently. I do live in the southwest of UK, and UK recently have been having warmer weather in the summers. Like mid-30s was really very, very rare, but it seems to be getting a little bit more common due to global warming. So this one is called Love Struck, always a very vigorous rose, very, very good performer. I do love it when the rose are in this bud form. That is really pretty, but over time it becomes like this. It's just like loose, and it just has no shape. The blooms have no shape. Yeah, very natural looking. Oh, we have one with a yellow eye. Yeah, stamens, sorry, stamens. Very healthy rose. It's a very easy rose for beginners. Love Struck by Dixon's, I think. And over here, I must have shown you this bloom like 2 weeks ago, and it's still the same bloom. This is Homage of Barbara, and let me just smell if it has fragrance. Well, if it did have fragrance, it would have gone by now. I don't remember this one having fragrance, but I don't know what they put in there for breeding. They must have put some sort of preservatives in the breeding program, because this rose does not age. Does not age. I wish I could have whatever this rose is having. I don't want to age. I want to look like this rose here, never aging. Wow, it might look a tad tired, but honestly, the petals is still so solid and holding on. It probably hold on even after the heat wave. Wow, a fantastic rose, really good for supporting this red border here. And I did plant a penstemon. I thought the penstemon goes really well with the colour border. And we have a rose here which is opening for the first time. Only opened yesterday, and this is called Velvet Fragrance. Now this is quite an old variety, so it's not very healthy, but it is very fragrant. I'm gonna go in for a sniff. I think yesterday it was more fragrant. Today is also good, but we have had rain. You can see the raindrops still sitting on the petals. Yeah, it is more fragrant when it's just opened. But yeah, there is only a slight fragrance today, probably about a 4 or 5. Yeah, so looking forward to smelling more of those blooms. And over here is the smoke bush. Complements nicely with this climber here. My climber is a Florentina. Wow, this is so weighty. That is such a, it's like lifting weights. This is Florentina. Oh, hello. Yeah, this is Florentina, a climbing rose by Cordes. Super long-lasting blooms, really healthy, really intense red color, gorgeous rose. It's a lovely healthy climber. Doesn't get much sun here, but it still blooms profusely. And we do have lots of new canes. I don't know whether you can see some new canes coming through. Probably not, but it is there. Actually, yes, here they are. We have lots of new canes. And I do need to do some deadheading. Yeah. So this is what it looks like now, and I shall combine this with a video with some footage in the next few days. So from here onwards is the following day. So we've had a whole day of hot weather yesterday in about excess of 33 degrees. So let me show you what survived. So this is Boscabelle. So that bloom was just open today, and that one was from yesterday. It's okay, a little bit shriveled. And over here is Eustacia Vi. Eustacia Vi is generally a very healthy plant, and it looks like these blooms look quite good in the heat wave. This one here is Red Intuition, looking not too bad either. Not a very healthy rose, but it does seem to be quite heat tolerant. Over here we have Gabriel Oak. Gabriel Oak is on its second flush. Fortunately, the blooms are not open, so it can't be damaged by the hot sun. And over here we have Fruity Parfumer. It really does not like the hot sun. To be honest, it doesn't like rain either, but as you can see, the petals are shriveled up in a couple of days of heat. Over here is Nadia Renaissance. Nadia Renaissance is holding up very well, obviously liking the hot sun and liking the heat that we've been having. Yeah, not for Fruity Parfumer. This is a rose called Emilienne Guillot. This Guillot company is based in France, and they don't sell to the UK. I did buy this from Town Centre in Lotham. A very vibrant rose. It does have fragrance as well, and very healthy. Over here is David Austin's Silas Marner, one of the more recent varieties. Doing quite well in the sun. I did see a little bit of shriveling on the petals, but not too much. And this rose here I'm showing you for the first time is called Super Trooper, yet another vibrant orange rose, good for this, my hot border. So I did buy this bare root from J. Parker's as it was quite cheap, and when it arrived it was so light and it looked dead. Yeah, I was afraid that if I put it near a flame it would set on fire, but now she looks like she's settling in quite well. I think a very healthy rose, so she should be fine now. So lastly, we are going to revisit this red border I showed you yesterday. Today's temperature was very hot, although this area is quite partially shady. It's still quite hot here. So this one is Jubilee Prince de Monaco, not quite in bloom. So that's a very long-lasting flower, that is. Over here is the Love Struck, one of the most reliable and prolific varieties in my garden. And here is the Homoja Barbara. I did say it was like 2 weeks old, these blooms. And it did catch a bit of sun yesterday, but yeah, it does seem very long-lasting and resilient bloom. And we have here, this one is Velvet Fragrance, this one did not last very well at all. That bloom hasn't been that long, but it really does look shriveled and dried up already. And yeah, we do have a bloom here called Eddie Mitchell, bi-color bloom, really unique, but not too prolific and not very healthy either, just for its novelty, I think. This one is a red rose I planted bare root in winter time, and it's very, very slow to develop. It's called Astrid von Harnberg, Black Caviar. Over here is the climbing rose, my very beautiful Florentina. Beautiful rose, resilient blooms, lots and lots of blooms. It's very, very heavy, but and yet it holds the blooms up quite well. Well, we are going through our second heat wave in the UK, and I'm literally sweating. So there can't be anything to do in the garden because it's just too hot. So I'm about to have my lunch now. As you can see, some salad in front of me, and I do have some chicken drumsticks. And yeah, before I have my lunch, I just wanted to talk about my brother's challenge. He challenged me yesterday because we're both reaching our milestone. I'll be reaching my 2,000 subscribers, and he would be reaching his 3,000 subscribers. So he was saying whoever reached there first can win an item from each other. So he's always had his eye on my my sweet Mademoiselle rose. Well, in Ken's language, it would be Mademoiselle Mayland. So it's Mademoiselle Mayond. So it's bred by Mayond, really, really fragrant rose. So it's quite hard to buy in the UK. And I did help him buy one, his bare root, which he already has one, but he's so greedy, he just wants another one. So yeah, he really absolutely loves that rose. Yeah, it's hard to buy in the UK, like I said, so he really had his eye on my rose. And in exchange, I'm going to get him to buy me a set of secateurs and loppers, because when I used his loppers, they were so lightweight, and I really wanted one. So that's what we are going to win. So I need your help, guys. I really need to get those lightweight loppers. And so if you could subscribe to my channel, get your friends, your family, your dog, I don't mind. just subscribe to my channel. My brother was so cheeky. He said to on his channel, he said, subscribe to my channel. If you don't like my content, you could after I reach 3,000, you could unsubscribe. So he's really, really cheeky. Well, I'm going to be cheeky as well. I'm going to ask for everybody to subscribe to my channel. I want his subscribers. I want his subscribers to subscribe to my channel, because, you know, I mean, 10% would be 300. I would easily reach that. And if you didn't like my content, you can unsubscribe as well. So that's our challenge to each other. I mean, we do say, we banter, and sometimes we say things to each other which people might find offensive, but to us it's just we can't offend each other. It's just a sibling rivalry, so please don't take it too seriously. So yeah, let's get me to the first 2,000 subscribers and get me my loppers. Thanks.